Yes, but we're going to start with the inward state visit of Donald Trump and indeed what he may have brought with him to the UK. So we're going to go to Mike to consider what might be about to happen.
Well, indeed. So, yes, Donald Trump has arrived in the UK for the second state visit. This is the first time any world leader has been invited for a second state visit, which appeals to Trump's ego, as we can hear now.
Well, my relationship is very good with the UK, and Charles, as you know, who's now king, is my friend. And it's the first time this has ever happened where somebody was honored twice, so it's a great honor. And this one's at Windsor. They've never used Windsor Castle for this before. They used Buckingham Palace. And I don't want to say one's better than the other, but they say Windsor Castle is the ultimate, right? So it's going to be nice. But basically, I'm there also on trade. They want to see if they can refine the trade deal a little bit. We made a deal, and it's a great deal. And I'm into helping them. Our country is doing very well. We've never done this well. We're having trillions of dollars coming because of the tariffs. And they'd like to see if they could get a little bit better deal. So we'll talk to them. But primarily it's to be with Prince Charles and Camilla. They're friends of mine for a long time, long before he was king. And it's an honor to have him as king. And, you know, I think he represents the country so well. I've watched. He's such an elegant gentleman, and he represents the country so well.
Brilliant, eh?
Someone's been misinforming him if he thinks it's the first state visit to Windsor Castle. That's absolutely not the case. But if it makes him feel better, then there we are.
Well, anyway, on the trade deal, which he mentioned in passing there, the Starmer regime has announced the first ever UK-US tech agreement, which will, quote, bring new healthcare breakthroughs, clean homegrown energy, and more investment into the local communities and businesses in Britain and the United States. Now, Sandy's going to be talking more about AI and the NHS later, but this comes as America's top technology and AI firms, and I say that dripping with sarcasm, like Microsoft, NVIDIA, Google, OpenAI, and CoreWeave, commit to a combined £31 billion to boost the UK's AI infrastructure and cutting-edge tech, says the government. From data centers to computer chips, the processing power behind AI, today's commitments, they say, builds on the £44 billion investment in the UK's AI tech sector under this government. That's their words. Now, on screen, you see the statement from OpenAI with the lovely graphic there. Now, according to them, this will help power the UK's future economy, boost its global competitiveness, and deliver on the country's National AI Opportunities Action Plan. And they say that boosting the UK's status as an AI maker, NVIDIA will join forces with companies across the UK to deploy 120,000 advanced GPUs, that's graphics processing units, across the UK, representing its biggest ever rollout in Europe to date. And they say that this infrastructure is the building block of AI technology, able to carry out a huge number of calculations in a split second. So we should all be highly impressed by that. Again, the questions need to be asked. Where's the energy going to come from? Where's the cooling water going to come from? Well, under this partnership, let's just bring this on screen, because the UK and the United States will put joint resources and expertise into making emerging technologies a shared success for the British and American people, apparently. So millions of patients could receive life-saving treatment faster. More on that later. And they say that families could get access to cleaner, more reliable energy thanks to a civil nuclear deal. Maybe, perhaps, but perhaps not. They say that local communities and businesses will see greater opportunities through rollout of AI infrastructure, creating jobs and driving growth. Now, one of the companies that's behind all this is this one, Nscale. Now, this is apparently a British company based in London, but it seems to be delivering GPUs to the Middle East and North Africa is one of its main areas of sort of interest. And I'm not sure whether that includes Israel or not. I haven't seen any particular evidence for that, but that's just by the way. But they are also involved in producing this, which is OpenAI to build its first European data center in Norway with partners. And this is also being called Stargate. So Stargate Stargate Norway, sorry. So it seems to be a process that's being rolled out just about everywhere, Charles, at the moment. So my question is, what is the destination for this? So let's try to imagine our future here a little bit. So robotics and AI will provide the labor and the production, and that's mainly because, of course, our demographics are falling. We're not producing any babies anymore, so we're going to have to fill that gap with robotics and AI, and therefore us humans will be reduced to consumption machines. Now, how are we going to earn a living? Well, we're not, because we're going to live off universal basic income, and digital ID and CBDC is going to be required. So there we go. That is pretty much, I believe, where we are going to end up if we continue down this path.
Yeah, and I think it seems likely we will. I think that's a prediction that people should absolutely bear in mind. And, you talk about AI opportunities. It's very hard to see how they are opportunities for anyone other than the companies that are rolling this stuff out and hoovering up enormous amounts of taxpayer money.